And we're hopping right into game 2. See, they knew when I was getting back.
Back too.
It will still be Cool Gamers on the blue side. It will still be, wow, that was a big blank. Not allowed to lose on the red side.
You don't like that Xerath pick.
Immediate Xerath ban. Fat Booty caused a lot of trouble in that game. If you ask me, you know, SprinkledMuffins did great in lane, but Lucian was definitely not his forte for outside of lane. Maybe give him something a little bit more range that can still be a playmaker.
Maybe something a little safer so he doesn't get caught out as much later in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Something longer range. Not sure what that could be.
Maybe even take the Jhin for himself.
Potentially. They should do something different. Obviously, obviously, their bot lane was better. Did they miss a ban here? Yeah, they missed a ban. That's awkward.
See, that was probably the Wukong ban. It's not a champion, so it doesn't pop up.
They banned it from themselves.
They don't want to play it again.
That's awkward. Hey, Daviius had a really good game on it.
It's true.
And they should prove me wrong about it. Now the champion being pretty good, but just wasn't selecting the right targets there in the first game, and I think it came back to bite him a little bit.
It was more of a decision-making issue than anything else.
Reverend Fiora, same bans as last time for the side of not allowed to lose. Obviously, they win game 1. It was not very clean at all.
They don't like the Jax pick either. I don't really think that the Jax was that much of an issue, especially earlier in the game. It just he hit the point where he couldn't be beaten in any of these fights.
Well, earlier in the game, I think that Cool Gamers did a really good job with shutting him down. They made a lot of really creative plays to collapse on the Jax. But the Jax still did what Jax does by game end. They just took way too long to close out the game. They didn't do enough things right. And Daviius is going to take the Zac for himself as the jungler. That was something that was banned last game.
That was definitely banned last game.
But he gets it this time. Going to take a back roll, and this time just keep his backline safe.
Staying on comfort.
Should SprinkledMuffins get ahead.
Staying on comfort for Nami and picking Lucian for themselves.
It's probably going to go DarkScorpion unless we get a little bit of a role swap here. Fat Booty does play ADC, and DarkScorpion can play mid. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure they're in LCS order. Nami yet again for Unicorn. I'm trying to give her comfort picks. See what the response is. Caitlyn being banned away with SprinkledMuffins. It's going to be a Kai'Sa. Again, playmaker, a little bit more safe. I think that's what they need, but can this Kai'Sa win early? And I think that's going to be the big question mark. If the Kai'Sa can win early, then I think this champion will work out better than the Lucian did from the first game, just with the way that SprinkledMuffins was playing in game 1.
But, you know, SprinkledMuffins might just take some deep Kai'Sa ults later in the game and do the same thing. So it really is going to be whether or not he wants to play safer.
And Kennen being picked for Richwolf in top lane, I think they could have hid that pick. I don't think it was going to get picked away or banned away from him. But unless he picks it blind, it's going to be a Sion for lolersa into it. I don't see too many kills going to Kennen.
Zac in late game will have a lot of engage potential.
If this game does go late, Richwolf doesn't fall super far behind or super far out of favor, Kennen and Zac engage is going to be disgusting to watch. However, it takes them getting there, and again, they're going to play a slow comp. It's a matter of, does not allowed to lose pick another scaling comp that is just as good, if not better, than Cool Gamers, and they just completely outskill them. And Nivea being banned away.
Both teams kind of focusing on the mid lane here, trying to get the better pick for their mid lane.
The thing is that if Unicorn has every champion in her arsenal, like, purchased, then she can pick a pick for a Fat Booty no matter what it is, because Red's that counter pick. Otherwise, it's going to be a... Actually, no, it's probably what it's going to be, because DarkScorpion likely going to pick the jungler here. So the trades, obviously, they can pick out of order and make the trade super complicated. But if what we're seeing makes sense, it's like they're probably going to pick the jungler next and leave the mid lane counter pick for last pick. Annie Thresh, going to be a next bans. Taking that away from Mutant Justin. Obviously, I don't want to see it again. He made enough good plays, but I think that the build of Mutant Justin was something that just ended up getting him in the end. Maybe he should not have gone the Rylai's. And of course, then Zhao will round it out.
The Annie needed a bit more damage. He was playing a little bit too safe. And there's the Kayn locked in.
I think that instead of the Rylai's, which slows down your opponent, you get your Luden's Echo. 20% CDR, gives yourself damage, and it speeds you up instead of slowing them down. I think it just would have made more sense for the Annie to have. And Kayn gets locked in. CrustyFartMilker will go red Kayn. And it's going to be a menace to watch. A super beefy front line. You're assuming that Kayn doesn't get just completely blown up, which probably won't from what he builds. Rakan and Lissandra. There's a lot of engage here for coolgamers if this gets locked in. Wow, it's a lot of engage.
There's almost more engage than to capitalize on that engage.
I kind of wonder if coolgamers gets a similar early game lead like they did in the last game. Then will they just close it out because they can just force a fight from wherever? But the big question mark for me is, again, SprinkledMuffins on this Kai'Sa. Obviously performed so well in lane last game. He was on the Lucian, a big lane dominant champion. Now he gets something that's Kai'Sa. It's a playmaker. He can stay safe in the mid game longer, but does he get the same lead like he did last game and allow his team to get those engages for him to clean up?
You know, one thing worth noting is that Rakan was heavily nerfed not too long ago. So
the W change is very weird.
His engage is not as good as it was before, but since there's so much engage already here, his slow W is going to be pretty good for following up on a Zac engage or a Lissandra engage.
Yeah, I mean, he has so many ways into fights. Even it could just be Kennen first, followed up by Rakan. Like, it doesn't really matter. You have so many ways to do this. Obviously, if one target gets picked, they're pretty much going to die, I think, instantly.
Except Sion.
I think that's a given. Except Sion, yeah. They better not try to pick Sion. I think bad things come to those who try to pick Sions, and that includes LCS teams.
And you see LCS teams make that mistake all the time. He's still
Yeah, they do it. I don't know why. They clearly have a reason for it, but I don't understand it.
Secret meta that we don't know.
So it's the Orianna will be the mid lane counter pick into the Lissandra. We actually saw that earlier. It was Wally that played that matchup. Ori into Lissandra. Didn't go well for him. Shunpo did a great job in that game. I keep referencing him. But that's just because it was just how those games went. You're seeing kind of similar picks now coming through. At least with the Lissandra. We know it's pretty good. We know Sion's pretty strong. Assassin Bug played that first two games for Worshippers of H in their series.
We're seeing a bit of the script here. I think coolgamers is kind of going for the later game, and now Not a Lot to Lose is kind of going more for an early game, especially with Kayn is going to go blue Kayn here since there really isn't many tank targets. They have decent engage with Sion and Eddie that you don't really need the CC.
But it almost goes both ways, because if coolgamers does get ahead, they have so many ways to start fights and just snowball a game. But if they fall behind, maybe it's harder for them to start fights or to maybe repel and engage. But they have so much counter engage that they could just dive onto a backline for. And it's going to be an interesting game. And as long as coolgamers doesn't fall too far, like super far behind, they're going to have such a great chance at this game. I think the wild cards again for me, SprinkledMuffins on this Kai'Sa, and I actually think it's going to be the Kayn pick. If the Kayn can get going, stay relevant, get tanky, get his items. I mean, I say tanky, but get red Kayn, build his 2 damage items, and then go tank or whatever he does. Hashtag nerf that champion.
I think one really interesting thing to look at in this game is the Nami ults from Unicorn here, because great disengage, and if you can disengage from what is basically just an engage comp, they're gonna just kind of fall apart.
Taputi yet again bringing the cleanse. Not like expecting Lissandra to ult him. Obviously, will probably happen if he gets ganked, but know that in fights, it's going to be Lissandra ulting herself to stay safe. The double stasis that she has. Kennen, though, ult is going to be something that's going to be cleansable in the late game. Rakan ult, something to be cleansable in the late game. See if he can position maybe even a little bit better than he did last game, because he was good last game, but he made some positioning errors. See if he can't clean it up in this game. Said a must win for Cool Gamers, down 1-0 in this series. I really do think they threw that first game pretty hard.
Oh, they had,
were not allowed to lose.
They had the game, but they just, I think it really stems from that questionable flat ult 4v5.
It stems, it's a lot of things. Wow, that's a fast 100%.
Yeah.
Wow, that was much faster. Bless.
We see the Dark Harvest from Kayn, so if he can get that snowballed, then he's definitely going to be doing a lot of damage.
Change this match score real quick. Not 1-0, but 0-1.
3 people on Cool Gamers have Resolve as their main rune.
Resolve.
2 Aftershocks and a Guardian.
2 after. The Guardian kind of makes sense. For me personally on Rakan, I like going the Aether Wisp guy. I think that's what it's called. Summon Airy. When I say Aether Wisp. Aether Wisp is an item. Holy shit.
Gives you
Wow.
AP.
I've been doing this for too long. But yeah, no, I like to go the Summon Airy. Gives you a little bit of extra damage. Gives you a little bit of extra shielding. You get to spam it inside of a team fight. I think it makes sense for what Rakan offers with 2 shields and a heal, as well as the amount of damage that he has in his kit. The ranged Q poke that he can have in lane. He would have made, I think it would have been a better pick, but then again, it is hard to land poke in this lane, potentially. So the Guardian would just be safer overall. Guarantee that you get the shield on top of the Kai'Sa, etc. Looks like, again, another double bot lane leash. Standard stuff, red and blue for each jungler. Moving up towards the top side. Lolersa going to be a little bit late to his lane, but going to get a late ward, it looks like, on Daviius' blue buff. Or maybe not, just know that he's starting there and to get that knowledge. Be red Raptors for him. Zach, one of those few champions with AoE, goes the Hunter's Talisman. It can clear those huge minion camps relatively quickly and with ease.
Almost, I'm a little surprised that we didn't see any Sion cheese there, level 1. He goes and sees that the blue buff and Gromp, and Sion can actually go ahead and take blue buff and Gromp level 1 with his passive.
If done properly on the Gromp, but at least the blue buff, yeah.
Oh, that could have been. Oh, the ignite comes through from Korn.
This is really good sloppy fight level 1. A lot of flashes and ignites. That is a 0 for 0. A lot of stacks for the Kayn, but Kayn gets out really low. Daviius gets out really low on Zach. Sorry, I'm having a little snack, so I didn't say anything for a little bit.
But, you know, based on all chat, the Scuttle Crab. So that's definitely worth the Orianna.
You know what they say, the team that gets the most Scuttle Crabs wins. It's priority. I heard that from some jungler. I think his name was UF Decimus.
Yeah, it was definitely true a while ago, but I don't know if it still holds true.
Scuttle Crab's more important than Nexus, more important than Baron. Right? It gives more gold than the Nexus.
Kayn getting caught out.
Yeah, Nexus only gives you 50 gold.
Lissandra's getting poked out.
Yeah, Moonjosen really got bullied pretty hard there. He had a 675 range auto with the Annie, now going way down on Lissandra, one of the shortest range autos, short range kits for a mid laner. Also struggling with the range difference.
You know, Aftershock and Bone Plating really should be mitigating a lot of that poke, so.
Yeah, but it requires you to land the Ring of Frost on the Lissandra. Right now, Lissandra's not trying to get that close to actually proc the Aftershock.
You know, it's netting to a pretty decent minion lead for Orianna here.
The 16 early is quite sizable. Richwolf trying to poke out the Sion. It's going to be pretty tough, but luckily he has no mana. He can keep spamming away if he so chooses.
Nami can play a lot more forward in this lane compared to last.
What if it's an AD Kennen? I sure hope not, but it would make sense for their kit, or for their comp. There's so much AP on their team.
I mean, really could go either way. I personally would go AP here just to make sure that the engage.
Richwolf is really poking out lolersa here. Which they're staying pretty decently inside of the CS differential here. Probably will TP back to lane since he doesn't have ult. Next time he backs, he'll just ult back to lane and just do it that way.
Korn takes a lot of
yeah.
damage. There, he just
Rakan,
kind of
yeah, that passive shield just so good for him, and if he lands a Q poke, he'll just heal up a nice auto's worth of damage. So he's definitely doing fine for himself.
This is a
Kai'Sa doing very good, staying alive and farming very well in this lane
this
early.
is a bit of an early back here for Lucian. Only picks up the Vamp Scepter.
Vamp Scepter, maybe just trying to out-sustain this lane. Maybe just take more frequent trades and just heal it up. Maybe that's what they're going for, but I kind of agree. It's going to be weaker for a bit, especially in that Kai'Sa. First back, BF sword. When you get back to lane, you're going to notice that difference immediately.
That's a huge laning discrepancy. Still better early, but...
So we'll see yet again if SprinkledMuffins and Phoenix Puppy V2 get ahead in their lane, maybe do something on the map with that lead. The Mutant Justin having a harder time with that booty this time. Goes in with the Ring of Frost, immediately get the CC down. A good follow-up from Daviius, but Fat Booty's still alive. A good shockwave hit them both. He's still very low. First blood, though, does go over to Mutant Justin in the end. A great gank. Daviius landing a great hook shot. What it's called, his Q. Looks like a little bit of flame from Fat Booty onto CrustyFartMilker. I'm not sure. But in the end, a great Q out of the Zac. Pulls him back in, despite the shockwave, and it's a great play from them both. Two-man bubble, though, in the bot lane. Ignite on SprinkledMuffins is Kai'Sa. Definitely in a little bit of trouble if he's Puppy V2. Gonna have to flash out, flash forward for DarkScorpion to pick up that kill. SprinkledMuffins, be careful. A heal in response by DarkScorpion. So make sure he stays alive. Be a 1-for-0. Difference is a flash for the Kai'Sa.
I'm really sure that heal
versus
was
a flash for the Nami.
I guess.
No, I don't think it was either. I think
Sorry
you just back off. You don't even have to take the tower shot. But oh well, we're not perfect.
Yeah,
Here's the thing about the difference here. So one kill for the Lissandros that was behind, and it's one kill for the Lucian that was behind.
no.
And obviously that Vamp Scepter we thought that was not going to be good. It was fine in the end. Obviously the Kai'Sa got caught out. Nice double bubble. Brought a bit of a trouble.
I mean, and that's really unfortunate. You know, you would.
Richwolf drops his ult here on the top lane, and lolersa's dropping a little bit low here. He can't get out. Yep, he's gonna burn whatever the hell it's called, just run away. Flash by Daviius denies the blast cone from Fat Booty. He's gonna have to sombrero here. And he looks like he's going to go down here. Yep, SprinkledMuffins gets that kill. That's a great gift over to the Kai'Sa and gets her right back in that lane. And Fat Booty is struggling even more in this game now compared to last game.
Yeah, the Aftershock Lissandra proves to be this is annoying to lane against.
I'm actually really kind of excited about how close these first two games have been and how competitive they've been. A nice W forward and grand entrance. But I think V2 will knock up Unicorn. Won't do too much, but prevent an engage. I think overall, though, coolgamers definitely won that trade. And again, another strong early game showing from them. See if they can't translate it, though, to a victory in the mid and late game.
Back to what I was saying earlier, I think it's really unfortunate to, you know, over when you have the items in just means once the items are even again, you're just going to be that much further back.
I'm also really surprised at how this Kennen's doing. It's going to be an AP Kennen. Probably looks like he's going to build a proto belt first, or if not that, then a gunblade or something. But doing a pretty good job staying safe and poking out lolersa. Although lolersa now with the Spectre's cowl really won't feel much of this poke anymore. Can already kind of tell that's the case. Richwolf having to work hard just to do a mere 50 damage. Daviius though is here in the bot lane. See whether or not he goes in here. They're trying to bait in a fight here. Oh, he's going now. Is he gonna land on DarkScorpion? No, he's gonna land on Unicorn, but double Q is gonna knock them back. Unicorn's gonna have to flash away. Ult comes out. Phoenix by V2 took a tower shot. No, yeah, the tower's gonna ruin them both. That's gonna be a 3-for-0 in the end. Going back to Lucian again, just reaching out too far. You don't land your stuff. You gotta get out of there. They take so much tower damage, and it costs them so much. That's a 2-0 Kayn, a 2-0 Lucian.
It's exactly what I was saying in champs. Like the Nami ult does a really good job of kind of stopping the engage. And they just.
But at the same time, it's just a bit of an overreach. Daviius does not land the Zac E, the slingshot, elastic slingshot, and it just costs them. They take too much turret damage, and I think ultimately the turret damage is why they lose the 3-for-0. Although probably either way they lose 2 anyways.
He must be getting close to a
CrustyFartMilker showing
transformation now. Now that he's up 2 kills there, he had that big fight level.
Well, I think Rakan technically counts as a ranged champion, so it's possible that he just unlocked blue Kayn. He's just going to wait for the red Kayn. I think no matter what, I know he's going to go red Kayn. Unless I'm just wrong. But we'll see.
I kind of like to see the blue King.
But overall, I just think that bot lane fight, you can tell just through all that work that coolgamers just put in.
That red King? On that skin, I think that is red.
He doesn't. I mean, he's not transformed yet.
Looks different. He just knocked up blue buff. Yeah, so he's red king.
Really?
Yeah,
He isn't transformed.
I just watched him hit a knock up on blue buff.
That hasn't updated on my spectator.
That is
Red we'll see when it pans over. That is red Kayn.
Red.
Well, nice bug here on the client. And Daviius is in a lot of trouble here. And he is going to go down. See what just can do. Not a lot of mana there. That's a great solo cover for CrustyFartMilker. He's starting to take over this game here. Good ult from Phoenix Puppy V2. Heal out DarkScorpion. Phoenix Puppy V2 is going to have to flash out. Ignite. DarkScorpion gets 1 kill. Flashes away as well. SprinkledMuffins is going to go down too. And everything has just gone down from this early game that they constructed. It's 7 kills to 3. And all out of loose is the one with the 2k gold.
Another good Nami ult to disengage Rakan there.
Oh wait, it's 2 for 1. Somehow Lucian
I
died.
think Lucian, right
Kai'Sa got the kill.
where he got the kill, I think Kaisa
So
popped
yeah,
it
so they
past
killed
him.
each other. That's weird. It's weird to me.
Got it.
They killed each other simultaneously.
Getting a lot of platings bot.
You can tell though, this Kennen not doing any damage anymore to this Sion. Builds Merc Treads and Spectre's Cowl and all of a sudden doesn't take
It was
damage.
looking good early, but
Great champion.
Sion scales up with his W, builds some MR, and he just
Maybe.
becomes tanky.
Man, where's that 8-2 Wukong when you need it? Let's just kind of look at the goal values here, see if there's anything that they can salvage. Richwolf still with, smallest of margins in the top lane, despite being down in CS. Not really sure how. Might have hit all of his cannons, lolersa didn't. I'm not too sure. Pretty much even in the mid lane. Jungle, 1700 gold difference going over to CrustyFartMilker. 600 for the 80 carry difference, and the support is another 700. So that's making up a gold lead. But Daviius is in the mid lane. Flash from Fat Booty. Dodge out the gank, but it's still a flash burn. See if Daviius will revisit that lane. No, it would be CrustyFartMilker that comes back first. There's so much damage to the Daviius sombrero from Fat Booty. Daviius, I will stay alive. Me and Justin is going to ult him, and that's going to be a dead Kayn. But meanwhile, SprinkledMuffins goes in, and he kills the unicorn. How is this happening? I'm so confused. Me and Justin is low, though, too, and he stays alive. Fat Booty is also really low. Daviius might revisit right now. He has no HP, though. That'd be way too risky. No Zac passive, and that was a crazy set of events.
That missed Orianna ult really cost them the fight there mid.
It cost them so much, and that was a big shutdown. They just went over to Lissandra, and said it with Avalanche. And they had it. Oh, Daviius is in mid. Oh, what that hit? Wait, I'm gonna have to see that again.
That was unlucky.
Hit? Did that really hit?
Definitely hit.
I
don't think it should have hit.
Got no reaction from the chat, so I'm assuming it actually hit this time. Not entirely sure. I'm pretty doubtful that actually hit. Richwolf.
I'm curious to see what happened bot though, because
nothing.
Lucian and Nami were ahead. They get picked there.
Yeah, I don't really understand anything what's happening anymore. It seemed like, oh, coolgamers had this game. Oh, they made a big throw in bot lane, 3 for 0, and then just kind of went back. But that's a double infernal. You're not allowed to lose. So even if goal lead's a little bit more even, they definitely feel very, very okay in this game. 4-1 Lucian, 3-1 Red Kayn.
And then they just abandoned me and I died. It was like...
So it's a 1.5k goal lead still for not allowed to lose. Double Infernal, though, is a big difference. Lolersa still taking no damage. And that's going to be an ult from Fat Booty onto Mutant Justin. He's going to take so much damage. Gets the Ring of Frost to go down, and that's 3-man mid. And Daviius is going to get killed Fat Booty. What a great response from coolgamers to pick him off. Fat Booty going very aggressive in that lane. Somehow Mutant Justin lives. And there's Kayn moving forward, and that's an ult for Mutant Justin on a CrustyFartMilker, as well as the Rakan ult. And they're going to knock him back, too, with the Zacu. No more mana on the Lissandra. And this Kayn is going to be fine. There's just so much stuff burnt for that Kayn. Probably should not have done it, but at least they exert their dominance and say, hey, our Ds are bigger. That's what's important, right?
I think Fat Booty's really struggling here on the Orianna.
Just going way too aggressive when he shouldn't. He's 0-4 now.
He went,
but he's up 30
he
CS.
Went super aggressive there to kill Lissandra and ult up. So really, you were never gonna get that kill there. You just end basically.
I mean, he got. I mean, Justin's so low, but he's just already so far behind that he's just putting himself further and further behind. But it was a really great team response. Even if the team's not there, it's still
like it would have been ult.
It's still Fat Booty that lives.
The issue is that like, they have such good vision here on their rivers, and Fat Booty knew it too, but you don't have that vision for the other gank corridors, and that's where Daviius is going to come from. It's where the vision isn't. And he's done a great job in both games of getting successful ganks down.
It's just he just put himself at risk for really no reason.
Well, it's still about a 1.7k gold lead. I guess I've had the gold graph up this whole time. That's my mistake.
Sion is looking at taking that turret top.
Yeah, Sion will no longer take any damage from Kennen, but at the same time, really won't take that much damage either from
That auto
SprinkledMuffins,
actually didn't do anything.
except for any crits. Oh, there's so much damage from Richwolf going in on top of Unicorn. That's a heal and ebb and flow, and that's just a really weird one for 1v2 that he took and just died pretty much into that lane. 3 bot now. Gonna get that bot turret. Richwolf just lost his discipline there.
Yeah.
Have the damage, but can't beat out the healing.
Again, we see people tunneling on this Nami. Really, you don't really need to put yourself at that far of a risk for.
Phoenix Puppy V2 is gonna ult for. So does SprinkledMuffins, the ignite, everything. I'm just so far behind, I'm lagging a little bit. But either way, a great play for SprinkledMuffins, gets the kill, flash out of UF lolersa. It's just a great play.
lolersa gets
4 and
the
2.
return kill there on Rakan and just mitigate the loss there.
But still, probably gonna lose the turret up there. And Daviius is going in on the Fat Booty. No tower go. Takes one turret shot there, forces the flash out despite the shockwave. And that will be the return turret for the bot inner, but it's a top outer for a bot inner. So still not worth it if you are cool gamers, but for not allowed to lose, they just keep pulling further and further ahead, despite Fat Booty having a bad game.
And those 2 Infernal Drakes are really going to start adding up as the game drags on. Especially if we start to see something like an Elder come up. Looks like another Infernal Drake is spawning.
That's the 3rd Infernal of the game. There's no way Cool Gamers wants to let that go. But it looks like Phoenix Puppy V2 is going to be caught out, forces out his flash. Will look like he'll try to get away. Probably will get away. CrustyFartMilker is doing so much work here. SprinkledMuffins has got to be careful of this Kayn who's going to ult on top of him. But it's now, again, a 2-sided fight. Good knock up here onto the Kayn. But Kayn, again, knocks up the Kaisa, but there's not too we can do about it. Me and Justin is going to land the point-and-click ult. And now it's going to be moving forward through the fight. Rakan gets a 3-man charm. A good knock-up for lolersa, but it's just, again, a good ult from Richwolf. And this fight is like I said, it's 3 for 2 on the side of Cool Gamers, but it's about to go back. SprinkledMuffins is going to ult forward again, and that's 2. Is that 1 kill? 2 kills. That's 1 kill. 2 more are picked up for the side of allowed to lose, and I can't say anything other than that was a 5 for 4. Everyone died but Fat Booty.
Orianna gets to get the Infernal for free, and that's triple Infernal now.
It'll be triple Infernal, and she got 1 kill and 4 assists, stayed alive. Fat Booty right back in this game, I think. Probably will get this Drake.
I don't think Rakan will get there fast.
Oh god, does Fat Booty have the damage? Oh god. Oh my god.
Calculated right there. That's calculated.
Oh, that's so unlucky if you're cool gamers. DarkScorpion will pick up the red buff for himself, 6 and 2, doing much better on this Lucian. Both AD carries have had good games on Lucian today.
Oh, Lucian just looking like a strong pick overall.
Yeah, lolersa, extremely tanky, not too surprised. CrustyFartMilker had a great start on this Kayn. Now has died a couple times, but still had a huge amount of influence on all these fights. Not really shown up, at least in the KDA score. Recently, Unicorn having a much better game than the last game. I think it went 1-9 and 6 to start that game. 1-2-11 is a way better showing here in this game.
But about forward from the Lissandra, not going to get anything. It's going to be Tidal Wave, and Fat Booty's going to completely blow up Phoenix Puppy V2. That was like a split engage yet again. Focus on one target, people. Fat Booty picks up his second kill of the game, and he's starting to come back. 450 gold bounties by being 2 and 4. I hate these bounties. Guess he does have 2 kills in a row, though, so that makes sense.
He's up 50 farm.
That, too. Meanwhile, Phoenix Puppy V2 having a great game last game. Not so much this game. 0, 6, and 9 on this Rakan Swords. Trying to do a bit too much, I think.
Yeah, and
Richwolf trying to do as much as he can to this Sion, but not doing any damage. Getting completely outdamaged by the full tank champion. Oh god. And yeah, just get soloed. I love Sion, by the way. I don't like him. And DarkScorpion catches on me and Justin. Lissandra's just dead. And SprinkledMuffins gets caught out for stepping too far forward.
he lives.
I think. Yeah, I'm surprised. But these teams are just stepping too far forward. You know, there was multiple points in this game where both teams had a lead, but now you can just tell.
This is just
not allowed to lose. Much more comfortable in playing from behind or in a winning situation, being a bit more clean. I'm not saying they are clean, but being a bit more clean.
this is
And Phoenix Puppy V2 again goes in. They're going for a desperation fight. Already dies. That's 2 down. The Kai'Sa's already dead. This should just be cleanup. Daviius will go down as
Might
well.
just be game.
They were missing 2 for that engage. Yeah, and I think that's already going to be game. 25 minutes to triple Infernal. Way too much to overcome. Sombrero misses for Fat Booty. Can Lissandra even ult herself? No. Oh, she didn't have ult. Just kidding. And that's going to be an ace. Fat Booty's going to go in the fountain because why not? Screw his KDA. And that is going to be just over a 25-minute game surrender vote. 2-0. Not allowed to lose. Takes the series.
it was a much faster game this time, but still back and forth.
I'm just check out these damage charts just for this game real quick. So the Kai's actually doing a pretty good amount of damage for Cool Gamers overall, but you know, not too good at receiving engages. This team, they couldn't really turn an engage on its face. The Kennen couldn't do anything into the Sion. I think that blind picking that was not good, especially with Sion still on the table. And ultimately, it just came back to bite them a little bit. Fat Booty doing the most damage in the game despite the rough start. Starting out 0-4-0, finishes going 2-1-10 for a 2-5-10 total there. And overall, just a really clean finish to an otherwise very sloppy start to the game for not allowed to lose.
I think Rakan tried too many engages himself, where really he should probably have been the follow-up.
Well, overall, on the day, Worshippers of H fall 2-0 to Avalanche. Not allowed to lose. Take their series against Cool Gamers 2-0. Through 3 series, we still have not seen a game 3. So haven't seen Silver Scrapes. Haven't heard me go do yet, or whatever that is.
Well,
And hopefully, maybe this next week's matches we'll get to see it.
maybe next week teams will be a little more practiced, a little more synergized.
And speaking of, I'm just going to read out those matchups real quick. And that's going to be Avalanche playing Not Allowed to Lose. Both teams are 1-0 currently. Both teams are also 2-0 in their game score. Cool Gamers playing against Worshippers of H. Both teams are 0-1 with a 0-2 match score. Please FF 0-1, 0-2 match score overall is playing, game score is playing against Beast Coast, who is 1-0 with no games currently played, and Rotation to Relegation has bye week right now, 2-0 in their match score, 2-0 in their game score. They're sitting atop the tables, looking pretty so far. Cough, cough, my team.
No, I think
Cough, cough,
I think
not rigged.
Please FF kind of got cheated by the Gene ban, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Not say those.
When you say 6 letters, I think that's going to get you, unfortunately.